3, 2, 1.
Hi and welcome to Stuff Dublin. I'm Pip, this is Alan, and this week we're doing a special edition where it's Irish foods because it's St. Patrick's Day, hence all of the green.
Yep, it is indeed. So 17th of March, every year it is St. Patrick's Day here and all over the world. We're really lucky to have a national day that tends to get celebrated around the place, and we thought it'd be nice to show you some of the things that we eat here on a weekly, monthly basis that you kind of can't really get in a lot of other places. So that's what we're hoping to do today.
Yeah, we have some friends who live abroad, and so we asked them what are some of the things that they miss most being away that they can't get anymore. So we've lined some of them up here and we're going to try them.
We are indeed. We've got everything from kind of crisps and some chocolate and some drinks. We're going to start with some items from the deli, which if you're not sure what a deli is, it's kind of, in Ireland, every kind of local shop would have sort of a hot counter. You'll see rolling videos. So in the hot counter, you'll have like sausage rolls and, you know, like sandwich meats, and they'll freshly make a sandwich for you. They also do lots of really good like hot food, like
jambons.
Yeah, and like potato wedges,
chicken wings.
What's known here as a breakfast roll. It's been a while since I picked up a breakfast roll, but I said I'm going to get that today. So I think we're going to start with that. It's not breakfast time, but and I ate some of the roll earlier, but
because it was so good.
Yeah.
But breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so we should start with breakfast.
We absolutely should. So I also, one of the things
they didn't have left in the deli.
Yeah, but also one of the things you don't really get abroad is white pudding. So it's like bacon, or it's like pork meat, you know, made from lots of things, lots of seasonings, and it's going to go into the breakfast roll. So
normally you would have this on a breakfast roll, but because they didn't have any left, we bought our own and we're going to pop it in.
Yeah,
get the authentic experience.
Usually this would be twice the length, so I've already eaten some of this. But it comes wrapped up like this. As I said, kind of every local store will have a delicatessen that'll be open, especially in the mornings and lunchtime. We're going to put in the pork now.
This is what it looks like. You can have this grilled or fried, as with any of the ingredients of a breakfast roll.
Yeah.
There's some sausage on there, some hash browns. There's usually some eggs and some rashers, or what are rashers called elsewhere? Sliced bacon, I suppose.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can get eggs. You can get red sauce on it. Some people get mayonnaise. I've never been into that.
Ketchup's usually the standard, though.
Yeah, you get butter as well. And it just all melts into what's called a demi-baguette. So this is the demi-baguette. It's like a French bread. And it's incredibly full of calories. It's half-baked. And then sent to the delicatessen, and they finish it on the day. So it is fresh in that sense. And yeah, they're gorgeous. So
big bite.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have some?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's a breakfast roll. Highly recommended. And like, so, you know, chain stores will have them, but also if you go to the likes of, you know, you can get specialist delis, and they're even tastier, much tastier. But the thing about it is, you could be anywhere in the country, walk into a tiny shop, and they'll do you a breakfast roll or a chicken fillet roll. They're the two kind of things that we do deli-wise here. And
both of those are fantastic food for when you have a hangover, which is also appropriate for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to open a drink just to wash it down a little bit. And I think I'm going to start with some 7-Up.
Mm-hmm.
So 7-Up is a thing that Irish mammies use to kind of fix everything if you're feeling sick. Now, it has no medicinal purposes that I'm actually aware of. But what you do is you pop it into a saucepan and you heat it. And when it's warm, the bubbles go away, basically. It becomes flat, and flat warm 7-Up has cured many a man and many a person in Ireland for anything that ails them. It's meant to be good for things like upset tummies, well, mostly upset tummies, really. Here we go.
More ASMR.
Absolutely. So it is a clear liquid. It is lemon and lime.
Thank you.
And when I was growing up, they used to have, I think they still do on some of the bottles, it's like the 7-Up man. And he's a tall, lanky, thin man who is the cartoon character for 7-Up. Yeah, it's lovely. It's really refreshing as well.
It's very nice.
What would you like to try next?
Well, I think next we'll have to go with an old crisp sandwich.
Okay, so crisp sandwiches are kind of an Irish thing, to the best of my knowledge.
And no, they're definitely an Irish thing.
Okay, and they're very much, I suppose, the fact that we eat a lot of potato-based products here. So, two things that I quite enjoy are crisp sandwiches and chip sandwiches. Now, when I say chips, it's like our version of fries, and we get them in a local takeaway store, and like basically chunky chips, fried fresh. And if you pop that into 2 slices of bread with some butter, it's divine.
The English have a version of it called a chip butty.
Mm-hmm. Now, what we're going to have today, though, is crisp sandwiches, which is basically exactly the same, except you're using crisps instead of chips.
In Ireland, crisps are potato chips, just for our international friends.
Absolutely. And we're known for several varieties of crisps if you go abroad. Probably the most famous would be this Tayto brand, which you can get in most airports. You can pick it up in all Irish stores across the world, basically. It's kind of one of the first things that, gets mentioned whenever we're going over to the UK. It's like, oh, can you bring us over some Tayto?
Or some King. King is the other big brand.
There is another company that does crisps called Tayto, but they are not this Tayto. And when I say that, they're based out of the UK, I think, and they taste a bit different. So these are the ones that
the original
are talked about most. So we've got 3 varieties here: the cheese and onion, salt and vinegar, and smoky bacon. Those flavors have been around since forever. Occasionally you get like special treat flavors,
limited editions, prawn cocktail, things like that.
Yeah, sweet chili. But yeah, these are the ones that are consistently around. I don't like salt and vinegar. I do like smoky bacon.
I love salt and vinegar.
What I fancy for a crisp sandwich, actually I might have these Mighty Munch.
Okay. Do you want to talk about Mighty Munch then?
Yeah, I'll briefly talk about Mighty Munch. So Mighty Munch are a bit like Monster Munch. They're spicy. They are
corn snacks.
Corn snacks, and I love corn snacks. They're around since I was a kid, so 20 years as far as I can think. 25 maybe. Anyway, and as ever, they have a nice little cartoon character on the front.
Alan likes his cartoon characters on food products.
So I'm going to open these, and I'll show you what they look like. So they come in a sort of a... I've never quite known what it was meant to be.
It's a monster claw.
You're living, you learn.
Today I learned. Yeah. Alan was today old when he found out that Monster Munch were monster claws.
Yeah. So these are what these look like. They're hot and spicy flavour, and they're going to be fantastic when I make a sandwich in a moment.
Here's the cap. So I'll show the crisps. So these are Tayto crisps, and this is Mr. Tayto. I have the salt and vinegar flavour. This is what they look like. They're just plain old potato chips with flavouring on them. Mr. Tayto is so famous in Ireland that he has his own amusement park called Tayto Park.
There's not many crisp manufacturers, I think, that have their own amusement park, and it's actually really good. We've been a few times. It's got a zoo. It's got roller coasters. The longest roller coaster in Europe, longest wooden roller coaster in Europe,
called the Cuchulainn coaster.
Yeah, and lots of cool animals, and
there's actually a picture of the roller coaster on the back as well.
I think it started around 2010, but like Tayto has been around for forever,
decades and decades.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so this is the crisp. Yeah. So I'm going to eat this. I'm going to put it on a sandwich.
Okay. I'm going to get some bread. So In Ireland, we call bread that comes in this fashion a sliced pan. And we're going to have it with some of the best butter that's also, like, it is available overseas usually. I've seen it like, as far away as Australia and stuff. It's called Kerrygold, and it is fantastic butter.
It is chef's kiss.
Yes.
It's really creamy.
Now, do you want the heel of the bread, which is the end?
No.
Or, yeah, okay. I'll have the heel of the bread, which is what we call
That's what we call the ends of the bread. The heels of the bread. Kerrygold is really, really nice. It's probably the most popular butter in Ireland, I'd say. It's made down in Kerry, hence where the name came from. And it's made from milk from Irish grass-fed cows.
Yeah.
And that's part of their branding as well, that the cow is on the package.
If you look on YouTube, you'll find a very interesting ad from the early 90s about Kerrygold and about a French student. Yeah, it's worth looking
that
at.
ad.
Yeah, kind of one of those things that have stuck around in Irish, folklore to this day.
It's a big block. Where's the thingy? Oh, you have it.
I do.
So I don't actually like butter on my crisp sandwiches because I'm a heathen. So do you want to do the butter for yours?
Sure, absolutely.
I'll explain my logic now.
Yeah. So this type of butter, I find it's best to not put it in the fridge. Keep it in a press. And I also have been known to grate it with a cheese grater so that it comes out in small slices. And then it's easier to spread on the bread.
Another note, Alan just said keep it in a press.
Yeah.
If you're not Irish, you won't know what a press is, but a press is a cupboard.
It is. It's where we keep stuff.
As for my reason for not having butter on my crisp sandwiches, I'm glad Alan showed us all what a bit of butter on some bread looks like. I like my crisp sweet crunchy, and the beauty of a crisp sandwich is that it's nice and crunchy and there's loads of flavour. I find if I put butter on the bread, my crisps go soggy and they lose that sort of bite.
Fair enough.
You know me, I eat slowly. By the time I get around to eating it, it's soggy.
Okay, well, I like to put loads of them on. Actually, sometimes I even just do this. And when it's all crunched up, the crisp crumbs go right on. So you'll have to give us a moment while we make these up. Okay, so we have our sambos. You've gone for the doubled over approach, the 2 slices of bread. I'll probably do that as well. You can see on that, and I'll see if you can. Yeah, it's that's what they'll look like. Ready for the crunch? Which way is the right way? Okay.
Whatever way you like.
You want to close that. Get it right in there.
I pre-crushed mine.
Pre-crushed, and then.
Oh no! I've dropped a crisp.
Away you go. The great thing is, because the butter's in there, it holds all the crisps and all the crumbs, well, most of them, intact. So you work away and just enjoy it. If you do it with chips, i.e. fries, just be careful the butter melts. Grease will go everywhere.
Alan speaks from experience.
I do. So that's a crisp sandwich. So there's 2 other drinks that we want to show you.
So we do one now and another after we do the chocolate.
Sure. So I'd like to talk a little bit about this. So this is TK Red Lemonade. Yes, red lemonade. If you're from outside of Ireland, you probably have not heard of it. It's now not sold in most other European countries. It's to do with the E numbers that are in it.
The flavouring.
Yeah, the flavouring.
The colouring.
They're not currently. You're not able to sell it outside of Ireland. So
apparently,
what does it taste like? It tastes
like lemonade.
Like lemonade, yeah. It is really, really nice with whiskey. It's really, really nice. It's quite sweet.
And rum.
It's really nice out of the fridge. And compared to many other drinks in Ireland, it's really, really cheap. The only thing is they don't sell it in small. You have to buy, this is a 2-litre bottle. This is the smallest that you can pick it up as.
Probably the biggest as well, though.
It's the only.
The only size. One size fits all with TK red lemonade.
Yeah. And...
Oh, where's my glass?
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, it's very fizzy. Thank you.
And it's just gorgeous. Highly recommend it. It's very, very sweet though. For me though, it gets like a 9 out of 10.
Oh, it's just really nice.
It's fantastic.
It's a treat. It's not something that you drink all the time, but you get it every now and again.
Yeah.
Reminds me of being a kid as well. Like going to
sure.
birthday parties when I was like 5 or 6. You'd have red lemonade because parents didn't want to give you Coke because it would make you wired.
Yeah, well that was the 90s.
That was the 90s, so the E numbers were better.
Yeah. Okay, and then we're also pretty well known for certain types of chocolate. 2 of which we have here today. They're both Cadbury's. So it's coming up to Easter time. So I picked up some Easter eggs, and these were in the Easter eggs, and that's why we have these ones. They're also conveniently a little bit smaller than usual, so we don't have to eat so much of them.
But we do still have the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to try the crunchy or the caramel first?
I don't mind.
We go with crunchy first?
Yeah.
Okay, so crunchy bars. I don't think I've actually seen these anywhere else. No, it's possible that you can get them, but I've never seen them.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you've had them and you're not in Ireland at the moment.
Yeah. So I'm going to open this, and it's literally a chocolate bar. So nothing fancy yet, but it's honeycomb wrapped in chocolate. So,
yeah, it's really, really nice. One of the ways I like to eat a Crunchie is to bite around the edges, and then you're left with this fantastic piece of honeycomb, and you can just enjoy that, and it's really, really nice. So, like this.
I really like having crunchies with a cup of tea. You can dip them in, and the chocolate kind of melts a bit, and the honeycomb does as well.
It's probably like my 7th favourite chocolate bar. Yeah. And
I've never ranked my chocolate bars.
No. I'm trying to think if we tried anything else.
You used to be able to get crunchy McFlurries and stuff.
Oh yeah, so in McDonald's you could get, and I think you still can, yeah, a McFlurry, which is ice cream with
bits of chocolate in it. Or like you can have Smarties ones, Oreo ones, crunchy ones, all sorts of different chocolate bars.
Now the next bit of chocolate is a bit like a cream egg, if you've had a cream egg. If you haven't, it's egg shaped, it's chocolatey. I think
it's filled with filling.
Probably originally were more popular around Easter time in the same way that the Cadbury's cream egg was. But it is essentially one egg
filled with caramel.
Filled with caramel, yeah. It is what it says on the tin. So they do a caramel bar version, if you've not had that. And that comes in like 6 or 7 squares, and in the middle
and that has a cool ad as well.
It does actually have an animated
Years ago,
ad.
in the 90s. It was the 90s, wasn't it?
I think so.
The Cadbury's caramel ad was she was like a sexy bunny, I suppose.
Yeah, caramel.
And she'd eat the chocolate, and she was all like a Jessica Rabbit kind of character, I suppose.
I'm not going to be able to split this, just because.
Just bite it.
No, I just want all of it. No, okay, I'll just bite it. Just be careful, because there's a little bit of this. Okay, here's another.
Don't get it on my head.
So that's what it looks like inside. It's caramel.
You can keep it.
In an egg. Okay, so do you want to try the orange?
Yep, sure. This is Club Orange. I didn't actually know that you couldn't get this anywhere else until during the week when we were talking to our friends in London, and they said that they really missed this. So you can get Fanta anywhere, I believe, but Club is specifically Irish. So I think Club Orange is the superior orange soda because I find Fanta tastes very synthetic. It tastes to me like it's very blended together with lots of different things, whereas Club has real orange bits, so there's actually pulp in it, so it's quite nice, and it is fizzy, it's carbonated. I also learned that there are more calories and more sugar in Club Orange than Coca-Cola, and I did not know that.
Yeah, so I think Coca-Cola is something like 42, 43. Club Orange is 46 per 100 mil calories. So more sugar. I remember finding that out as a kid and been very intrigued by Club Orange. So you can see it's nice and orangey, imagine that. Actually, you can have this one because conveniently I have one pre-poured over here. So, if I can avoid spilling it
on me,
on you. So, it's definitely, it's actually like a super split. If you've had a super split before, which is like a type of ice cream. It's like orange and ice cream under the ice pop, and
it's an orange ice pop with ice cream underneath.
And it's really, you can taste the orange juice in that. Another thing that actually the club that you can get here is what's called Club Rock Shandy.
Oh yeah, we should have got some of that.
Yeah, so what that is when you mix an orange and what their version of cloudy lemon is as well. You put them both in the same glass, but they sell it as it's a product in itself. Club Rock Shandy. I suspect that possibly it came from when people weren't having drinks in the pub. They might have an orange and a lemon poured into a pint glass, and that was where it kind of, because I don't know what the rock in Rock Shandy is.
Yeah, I don't know.
So if you do know, let us know. But so this is Club. It has more calories, more taste,
and more orange bits.
Yeah, and it's really good. I don't know if there's any standout Club adverts, but actually I think there is one where everybody in the ad gets like red hair or orange hair, should I say. So you can probably check that out as well.
There's Club Orange and there's Club Lemon, and then there's Rock Shandy, which is like a marriage of the two. Like if Daddy Orange and Mammy Lemon had a baby.
So because it's Patrick's Day, I think we're probably going to drink some more of this club and possibly have some drinks.
Maybe with some rum.
Maybe with some rum, yeah. Actually, it works really well with rum. And I'm definitely going to have another crisp sandwich and later possibly a chip sandwich.
Oh. Treat yourself.
Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed that episode. We'll see you on our next edition. Until then, keep celebrating St. Patrick's Day and we'll see you on the channel again soon.